Hello Wanderers, and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay experience following Clan Stjarna. And as you can see, we are now playing as Jarl Kolbane. And that is due to our father, Jarl Refir, being deposed for his refusal to comply with the Emperor's demands. Indeed, he was ousted from his position, and that was essentially due to our own work bringing our father to the Emperor when it was clear that our cause was lost, and then thus retaining our position, the position of our family here in Moesia, at the expense of our father, who is now gone into exile, as you can see. So let us take a look at our new character. Well, he is not a good guy. He is not a good guy. His father is not a good guy. And really, this whole family is just a little bit sketchy here. As you can see, we are fickle, we are deceitful, and we are ambitious. A pretty good combination of traits for somebody who really will take power by any means. As you can see, we are a fortune builder. So this is going to be a playthrough that's going to focus a lot on money. We do have the Forder trait here. As you can see, we did do some commanding of the army in the past, so we're not completely inept with army. We're average there. We have decent diplomacy. Our stewardship is good. Our intrigue is good. Our learning, not so great, and we're not a particularly good fighter. Obviously, we are Orthodox in Nordvina as well. We do need to build up our troops once again because many of them were lost fighting that futile battle against the Emperor. We've got ourselves a couple alliances here. We have an alliance to Duke Simeon and an alliance to Duke Anthemios. So we've got a couple powerful alliances here and up here as well. So reasonably well defended here. Our lands have been split up. As you can see, Jarl Gretir, our younger brother here, and indeed we have one more younger brother as well, Theodoros. Oh, this is our son. We have another brother here who took some land. Indeed, Count Styrkar. There he is. He owns a bit of land there. We had another brother, Genyo, but Genyo was murdered under mysterious circumstances, and we have actually finally discovered what those mysterious circumstances are. As you can see, it was Kolbane who murdered Genyo. That, I wasn't really expecting that, but it does make a lot of sense. Of course, even though he was our younger brother, he would have taken some of our power. Unfortunately, our father did have two more young sons, and that poses a little bit of a problem. As you can see, our lands got split up. Now, if we were to act against our brother Gretir here, a Jarl who himself will no doubt need to swear fealty to the Emperor, that could be a lot of trouble. But we have here our very young brother, 0 years old, and you know, babies this age in the medieval times had often a very short lifespan, and I don't think that it would surprise anyone if something were to happen to our youngest brother here. That would be incredibly sad. Can we invite anybody in? We might get a chance if we get some money, but really we probably don't even need that. As you can see, our court here is looking a little different from before. Our wife, Duchess Teresa, unfortunately has cancer, but she is pregnant. A very beautiful woman, but unfortunately taken by this wasting sickness. We do have, it appears, 3 daughters and a son. We have Sieu. Here we have Alfredir. Theodoros, of course. Bossy, comely, so good looking kid, and knows how to get his way. And then our final daughter, Ngeva? Yeah, Ngeva. So, we also have, of course, our bishop. What could our wife assist us with? Probably just assisting role. She's not particularly well off in any stat. Our bishop, not a very good bishop. He's lazy, he's generous, and he's craven. Yeah, I mean, we can just make him do whatever we want, I assume, so that's not so bad. But he doesn't like us very much. Our father was excommunicated, and considering the rumors around our family, I imagine we're not held in high esteem by the church right now. We do have our chancellor here, trusting, craven, forgiving, and a charismatic negotiator. He is ill. Vonomir. Countess Katiako. This is our niece, in fact. She is shy, just, and sadistic. A fortune builder who is irritable and barren. So she won't be having any kids, so that'll be going over to our sister, actually, it appears. Interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that, but for now, Countess Katiako, you're actually pretty good in stewardship, so I don't mind having you around. We have our Marshal Fokas here. He is wrathful, compassionate, honest, insightful thinker. He's not particularly skilled at his job, but he's the best we have right now. And then, of course, our spy master, Somatu. I would like to get Somatu on our side. Unfortunately, we do not have the money for that right now, but Somatu obviously being involved in a lot of our father's plots and plans. So this is going to be a bit of a playthrough where we are trying to build money, do a bit of intrigue, develop our lands, get a nice little power base going, probably expand just a little bit within the empire if we can, but we don't want to anger the emperor. Our father did act against Basileus Hadrianus II, and we're on bad terms, and he's pretty powerful right now. So we don't really want to do anything against him right now. And my wife did manage to have that child despite going through cancer while she has it. Halstein could be a good name. In fact, I do like that name. No special traits here, but I'm sure I'll grow up to be a good lad. Now, I do want to show you guys something that happened. Let me slow time down so we don't see too much time passing here. Over here in Navarra, and that is the development of the Nordvina culture. Now, I did go and choose the traits and stuff for this culture myself, but the Basque and Nordvina cultures were already at the needed cultural acceptance in order to convert over. So I just went in and picked the ones that I thought made most sense for that bit of the story. So the Nordvina culture, as you can see here, they are bellicose, of course, still. It was a very warlike culture that was developing here, as you'll no doubt remember from the last season of the Stjarna campaign. They do retain their North Germanic heritage. I think that's probably going to remain for all of the different branches of the Nordvina culture. But now they speak the Basque language, which I believe makes sense. And they use Nordvina aesthetics, so now their names have Norse, Samoyed, Basque names as well. A little bit of mixture of Norse and continental European clothing, so pretty interesting stuff regarding there. But more interesting is the traditions. They kept northern stories, which is obviously pretty important, and coastal warriors. These are the two most important traditions to our like North Germanic heritage. As you will remember from the very first campaign, Styrkar himself came from Scandinavia and settled up there in northern Russia. So we kept those ones. We also kept forest wardens. That's speaking to the bit of the Finnic cultures that mixed in to create the Nordvina culture originally. And then we have the Visigothic codes and the Mountaineers, which come from the Basque people here. So pretty good culture there. It hasn't spread too far. Really, the only Vestvina people are the main Basque and Nordvina couples and families that descended from Satorthi's first warriors and first landing there. So this is the heart of that culture, but it may spread. Its cultural head is King Asnar, Satorthi's son, and he is currently fighting a civil war. But he's also, I believe, fighting against Al-Sark. I think he may win that one because he's got a lot of allies in the Holy War. But the Civil War, he's also winning as well. So he looks like they're going to hold on to power here, the Stjarnas in this region. He's going to need some stronger allies, though, for sure. Before we continue on, let's take a look at this event. It's been a long evening in the company of Samatu. The wanderer stopped in Constanza for the night, paying for his stay with tales of his exploits that have lasted hours. Of course, this most recent wound is from a troll itself. Big as a house, quiet as a mouse, claws like the bastard spawn of Satan. Still, stab anything long enough and it dies. Tale after tale, the saga continues, each anecdote longer and larger than the last. You must simply stay at court. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Deceitful. I mean, he's definitely lying about a little bit of this, but he is a good warrior. Yeah, why not bring him in? Bring him in as one of our warriors here. Yeah, we'll make him a knight. There you go. He might be lying about how he got that scar, but we could use this man, and I think we know that he's lying. We're deceitful ourselves, we can tell. But we'll use him as much as we need to. But speaking of cultures, we are also going to have an opportunity to do a little culture mixing ourselves. As you can see here, we do have the cultural acceptance needed to form a Greek Nordvina hybrid culture. The only thing we need is a little bit more prestige, but we will probably be doing that this episode, so make sure you watch to the end, because I have a feeling that we are going to be hybridizing our culture at the end of this episode. We just need a little bit of prestige. We need a little bit of money too, so we will kind of keep an eye on money and prestige until then. We can hire a court physician. Do we have anybody who can do that right now? Maya is not terrible. Instead of paying to bring somebody in, we'll put her in charge. She should be able to do at least a reasonable war at it, or a reasonable job. I was looking at the war tab here. She'll do a reasonable job, hopefully. My spymaster has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, somebody is plotting to kill my daughter. Who would be plotting to kill my daughter? Huh. We must indeed stop who is behind it. Let's see, we have a prisoner here. Well, we're not our father. We're not just going to torture the man. Somebody's trying to kill our daughter. Okay, it's a very low chance, but we will have to keep an eye on her. Make sure that she remains safe. For months, Arnfast, Count Tolek's suffragan bishop, has been digging up spurious contracts and fabricated histories. Now, Count Tolek dares to act as if this all amounts to a legitimate claim on the county of Atos. Our vassal, Count Tolek, I believe a distant cousin here, indeed, quite distant, lays claim to Atos. Well, he can't have it, obviously. And if he even tries to act against us, we'll have to deal with him. Where are you, Count Tolek? Indeed. Oh, he probably thinks he's tough. Yeah, I bet you lustful, rowdy, stubborn. We're probably going to have to deal with this man. Katyako is plotting against my daughter. That fiend. Oh, Katyako. She is young. She's only 18 years old, but she's plotting murder. Damn. Well, we can't really do anything against her just yet. Indeed, we'll have to wait, but unfortunately, Katyako, you shouldn't have gone against our family. How dare you? How dare you try to murder a family member? Speaking of which, how's our youngest brother doing? 6 more months until things start to go a little bit unwell for him. Petty vandalism. Jarl Colbane, cries my martial focus. Behind him, the man tugs at my son Theodoros, the two of them so busy scowling at each other that they barely make eye contact with me. This child was caught defacing your runestone in Constanza, painting genitals on the worms and scratching foulness in place of the words. Leave the boy with me, I'll have a talk with him. We could give him the just trait. We'll take the cost of repairs from your thing. I don't think our son has that much money. I'm not going to put my son into such a huge debt there. It's fine, I can pay for it. He's just a child. No, I think I'm going to have a talk with him. So I wouldn't have minded if he had gotten arbitrary just because of our own character traits, but he does have the trait just, so he learned the lesson and saw the error of his ways. I saunter between the market stalls of Constanza, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local stonemason, perfect geometry, a sound investment, my niece, Countess Katyako, appears suddenly at my side. A word of advice, my liege? Have a look at the smithy over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. Katyako, you are just trying to weasel your way into anything. Does she know that we know that she's trying to murder her daughter? Our daughter, I should say. The smithy. Invest in the smithy or invest in the mason's workshop. Or we could turn a quick profit with some clever trade. Well, I don't think that we would want to become friends with the woman who is trying to murder our daughter, so we're gonna say that we are not going to do what she is suggesting. We're gonna get the mason's workshop, which is actually not too bad, because we are going to want to develop Constanza here when we get the chance. So let's let time roll on a little bit. We're soon gonna have enough money, probably. Well, we spent a little bit of money there, but we could get that money back pretty quick. Hrothy is the head of the dynasty once again. It is time. One of Count Styrkar's wet nurses is willing to do what needs to be done. For enough compensation, of course. I wave my agent away before he finishes describing the purpose of the sharp needle. See that it is done, whatever the price. Well, 50 coins. I'm sure we'll make it back. 70% chance. See that it is done. What? Count Styrkar is still alive. It seems the wet nurse could not bring herself to stab the little baby and let the opportunity pass. If at first you don't succeed. Oh, we're gonna have to try again. That woman, she did not do what needed to be done. Our son is learning Dacian Vulgar. Well, you could probably do to learn another language as well. We could use a court's tutor for certain. Ah, excellent. I'll appoint you, family member there. It seems not every servant at Count Styrkar's court is blindly loyal. Mixa assures me that he has a way in and that a few coins can go a long way. What is a little gold? 50 more gold. We could get a 10% increase in chance. We're going pretty far into debt here, but what? And he got himself exposed? Oh, this is a disaster. People know that that we're acting against our younger brother here. We're going to have to abandon the plan. If our brother gets murdered now, then people are definitely going to know. At least we have plausible deniability while he's still alive. But wow, Michisa. That is unfortunate. Maybe, you know what? I think that you, unfortunately, might need to have a little bit of an accident. Nobody will act against him, but I think that we'll see if we can maybe get a good event and deal with him. That is an unfortunate event. I was watching Theodoros play with other children when Yana tried to push him over. The moment did not last long. Theodoros assuming an entirely new game of it. I don't think we'll want him to be wrathful. Moving on is often the best approach. We're fickle as well, so I don't mind if our son is too. So we need to make this money back. Dragoman, a free tenant renting some of my land in Athos, has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to his meticulous planning. He wishes to use some of his profits to purchase a piece of my estate from me so that he can build upon his success and grow more crops next year. Oh, this guy's pretty good. He is good. Intelligent, thrifty clerk, diligent, patient, trusting. Great stewardship. Forget farming. A man like him should be in my court if he can pay. We could use the money. You know, we need that money, so we're going to take the money. Our daughter has come of age. She is an astute intellectual. They grow up fast. She is due to be married, and she does indeed marry Duke Simeon, and she's going to go and live hopefully a happy and long life. I am going to need my marshal to continue to get control here in Constanza. We get another perk, which is perfect. Divided attention, domain limit increase. Unfortunately, we've got plenty of domain, but not enough to fill those slots. Samatu is silent as I pace around the horse skin totem facing his quarters, inspecting it from every angle. He's right. It's definitely a nithing pole, a powerful curse that threatens his very life. The runes carved into its half are indecipherable. The actual text of the curse is bold and striking, confident in its righteousness, ending on a note of twisted cowardice. We have no witness and no evidence save the curse pole itself. Who would be some... Ooh, I like this. A little bit of a mystery. I don't think I've ever had this event before. So, it's bold and striking, confident, and cowardly. That doesn't necessarily strike me as... Tada. She's sadistic, zealous, ambitious. What about Clan Stjarna? Honest, paranoid, cowardly indeed. And Samatu here. Deceitful, lazy, trusting. Somebody is a witch. Somebody need be a witch. Could it be somebody from the branch of Stjarna? Ah, well, it could be Tada, Gretir's daughter. Yeah, I wonder... Oh, yeah, she might have... Irati might have become a witch, too. Righteousness, there's zealous there. Bold and striking, okay. Ambitious. Twisted cowardice, sadistic. That does kind of make sense. And it's indecipherable. So, you know, the intrigue there... Maybe it is Tada. Maybe this does smack of Tada. My accusations prove baseless. Oh, we're not off to a good, great start here, but I think we'll end up surviving. You might be a Jarl, but you are also a vile knave. The unprovoked anger expressed by my spymaster comes as a complete surprise. That even he struggles, it's common. So, a lot of our plans have been foiled thus far, but we just need to press on as much as we can. Our wife's still surviving well despite her cancer. We just need to bide our time. We need Basileus Adrianos to die so that we can act with a little bit more impunity. When he dies, his son Eustachios will take the throne, and he is patient, fickle, compassionate. He's reasonable. If he were to die, I don't think anybody would be opposed. It's certainly not in my court. But for the most part, things just continue on. Navarra's still in that civil war, but it looks like they're winning both wars pretty handily now. So I am quite proud of the Stjarna branch here in Nordvina doing well. Obviously, the Northern Scots under Jarl Frothy here doing fine. Our Scottish Nordvina here. Maybe they'll form a hybrid culture too. That could be kind of interesting. The time has come. We could try to kill Mikisa or Mikicha. Pretty low chance though. Don't think we're gonna take the risk. We're not ready. In fact, I don't think that there's really... I was hoping that we would get some good events. I don't think that we're gonna bother making a name for ourselves as a murderer. Not after what our father did. We have to be more subtle about things. We almost got caught trying to murder our younger brother there, but luckily there's nothing directly tying us to it so far, so we are simply going to need to keep an eye on that. Our kinswoman Queen Geirithir of okay, she just formed a cadet branch, the Stjarna Totma dynasty. Very interesting. She is the wife of King Styrbjorn. Okay, very interesting. Another cadet branch, Stjarna Totma. Probably a Finnic branch of the family. Our cousin was killed during siege. That's unfortunate. Looks like the Khagans of Khazaria are still fighting their endless wars here, which is good for us and bad for them, and exactly how we want things. So we are still building up our money, getting our money back so that we can develop our lands, probably pull off a few plots. Oh, what happened to our poor brother here? He was wounded. Oh no, what if he were to like fall sick and die? That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? We could raise a runestone that's going to give us the prestige we need to form that hybrid culture, potentially, or getting at least closer to it. You know what, I think that we probably want to do this. Every runestone tells a story, and it will speak of our ascension to the throne of Moesia. And I think in Constanza will be good. That's going to give us a clout runestone there, which is going to increase our levy size. Perfect. And yeah, that's going to be very helpful. A helpful warning. I received a missive from Duke Simeon. It claims that Count Tolik, my vassal, has requested support in a plot against me. There's nothing I value more than loyalty, Simeon's letter tells us. Our daughter's husband was tried to bring in a plot, hence why I share this with you. I will confront Tolik in person. He is guilty. I will publicly accuse him. Indeed, we will publicly accuse him. And that gives us the right to imprison him. Let's see here. We will, it says it's an act in tyranny. It did say it would give us, here we go. We gotta wait for the event. At the gathering of many of our vassals, I declare I have knowledge of Count Tolik's treachery. Many of my other vassals rise in support. We all know it to be true. What will become of him? I will make certain he can do me no harm. We could imprison him. I'll make very certain he can do me no harm. Now, I think that we will imprison him, indeed. And, well, I imagine that we should probably strip him of his lands, don't you think? Indeed, we have a claim to this title, so we will revoke your title, Talik, and you can rot in the dungeon for now. So, look, there we go. We did get ourselves one of those titles back, which is perfect, especially considering Tonovgrad is one of our best counties. My son and heir Theodorus has been impressed with one of the household knights for a very long time. Who is this? Count Yadni the Impaler. Another cousin, I see. He has been repeating the warrior's words to himself. Give others their due and you will receive your own in turn. As others go around him. He could be generous, or we could try to make him diligent or patient. Diligent or patient? I think diligent would make sense. We want him to be good with a lot of different things. Oh, what happened here? We inherited the... Things are suddenly turning around very quickly. Our younger brother here, Jarl Gretir, died of his wounds. We didn't even have to do anything. He just legitimately died of his wounds. I can imagine that there are rumors going around right now, though. There are probably some very significant rumors going around. But that does give us those lands, so we get the Jarldom back. And we get those new counties, so there we go, making even more money, and that's going to increase our levies quite a bit here once we get control of these lands. Indeed, we should probably continue to develop control. We've got lots of money now. Can we finally hybridize this culture? Form a hybrid culture. We're still missing 291. Okay, we need to get to 1,000. Can we do a hunt? We can call for a hunt. All right, let's go on a hunt. It's going to reduce our stress, which is good too. We will need that. So hopefully this hunt will go well. I imagine we're a pretty decent hunter ourselves. Anyways, our prowess is not that high, but I'm sure we're something of a hunter. Just as my vassal, Mayor Yerolim, crests the hill, we hear it. The snapping of twigs, the rustle of branches, birds screaming in fright. There are heralds announcing its arrival, a massive wolf heading straight for us. Its path ends here with me. I think that we're gonna try to do it. 14% chance that we die, but I think we'll be okay. Unfortunately, we did gain the trait wounded. It seemed to have disappeared right away. See, our court physician, who, despite being poor, I said she would do a good job. She healed our wound right away. Hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the wetlands behind. Looks like we did kill the wolf in the end, but it still could have gone better. But we still gain 150 prestige. So that's getting us close to the prestige we need. Let's just continue to let time roll here. If we can assist with building up that prestige, that would be good. We can gain the trait Architect. Stewardship +2, and that's gonna lower all of our costs to build things, which is good. We're gonna go for Avaricious next so we can get gold for hooks, and then we should be rolling in the money once we start getting hooks on people. Indeed, we should probably start looking for secrets, maybe in the court of the Emperor. We'll get the Emperor's courtiers to give us all their money out of bribes. As you can see, we're making significantly more money now that we have all of these lands under our direct control. Silistra, you do not like me, don't you? Who's your heir? Who are you? Countess Viviana of Lecce? Alright, I suppose our son Hallstein could go visit a foreign court for now. Anyways, I was looking at you. Your heir is Tolik. Okay, well, Tolik's in prison, so what if you were to die? Not a very good chance, but if something were to happen to you, we could probably get the claim back. Alstein has returned. Very good. Task finished. Samatu has finished. Find secrets. Secrets uncovered. Disputed heritage. Oh yeah, we are... With our spy master Samatu here, we're probably going to get a ton of secrets. Oh no. It is time to decide how to treat Teresa's cancer. I would recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours, my lord, says our court physician. The time has come for drastic measures. I think the choice is up to our wife. Let her ultimately make that decision. Oh, the Emperor has died. Can we pay respects in the chat for Emperor Basileus Adrianos? Even though he might have acted against us, we were as loyal to him as we could be. The family of Stjarna is always loyal when we need to be. All hail the new Basileus Eustachios the Drunkard. I'm sure you're going to have an amazing reign. Decision available, petition liege. We could go. We should probably pay homage. It's going to cost us 100 prestige. Ugh, I do not want to. I really do not want to spend prestige right now. You know what? I think we'll wait. We're a rural lord. We'll let all of the other lords go. Well, no, I don't think we can. I think we have to pay it. I think we have to go and pay homage. Demonstrate submission. No, we'll give gold. Cost. Indeed. I think we will... We will give him gold. We will bribe our way into the court here. Servants usher me into Basileus Eustachios' great hall in Constantinople, where he sits on his throne and waiting to hear my pledge. I kneel at the feet of my lord and pledge the many oaths of homage, as scribes record the event. My attendants follow, presenting my rich gifts to the Basileus before the assembled court. Eustachios bids me to arise and confirms his satisfaction, along with the rights to the lands that I rule in his stead. That is the price of fealty, but we gain prestige here. We gained some renown and the homage end. So actually we came ahead in prestige there. That is excellent. We didn't botch that, and now that we are on the Emperor's good side, as you can see, he does like us a little bit. That couldn't go any worse. Petition liege. Oh. I mean, we could petition for a council appointment. I mean, that might increase our prestige as well. I'm escorted to the throne room, where he beckons for me to approach. I elucidate the abilities, proven and otherwise, that make me a suitable candidate to be the Basileus' steward, and this would be imagine being the steward of the empire. This is a very much like a Peter Baelish kind of moment, where you go from being this like a rural lord just living out in the boonies, the swamps of Moesia, and now we are in the court of the emperor as his steward. After listening to his speech, he says, "Absolutely, my vassal. I shall dispatch my agents immediately to take care of the matter." We are now the steward of the emperor, which gives us some huge bonuses. +3. Look at that. We almost doubled our money because we are the steward of the emperor. Our domain taxes increased significantly. Building construction costs way down. Our monthly stewardship lifestyle experience goes way up. This is pretty much it couldn't go better, really. Things are really just going completely in our favor right now. We did have to spend that prestige, but I think we'll be able to make that back pretty quick. We might even go on a pilgrimage once we get some more money, and then we might get some prestige from that. Usually we'll just get piety, but we might get some prestige as well. I could challenge a chiefess to trial by combat. Well, we're not very good at combat, so I don't see how I would do that. Our child needs a tutor. Our wife can take care of that. And that should be fine for now. Oh, Philopolis expanded a little bit. Took the county of Barrow. We do have a claim on that, I do believe. Oh, no, we don't. Our father did. Good. Samatu is being swayed. He is on our side. Perfect. So let us let a little time pass here. We're just going to save up a little bit more money, and then we shall probably... Oh, well, we could host the feast. That's probably going to give us prestige as well. I mean, we're making money so fast. No, you know what? We'll go on the pilgrimage. While we're on the pilgrimage, we'll probably make enough money to go on a feast if we go on a short pilgrimage. You are always there for me, and I hope you know that I am grateful. My son and heir Theodorus approaches me in a rare display of honesty. Oh, we could get a weak hook on him. All right, we'll get a weak hook on our son. Yeah, we are going to need an alliance with him as well. Could get a alliance here. I mean, she's got the quick trait. That wouldn't be too bad. Anybody else with any good traits? Everybody's quite far away. Alliance power? What about this? We've got some Greeks. I mean, the alliances here would probably be better. Yeah, you are the daughter of the Duke of Anatolikon. Honestly, I'm gonna take a good alliance over traits at this point for sure. We're being raided. High Chief of Lapkus. Where are these raiders? Huh, I don't see them. This is our territory. Oh, this is the Emperor has this little piece of... Okay. Very curious how that ended up happening, but I guess it did. And that is as it is. We're going to go on a pilgrimage because we want to make a show of being a very good religious man indeed. The churches of Constantinople, it's just a short trip. You know what? I think we'll go and visit the Emperor, and we're going to make our rounds around the churches in Constantinople. We are already there because we are the steward, but we're just making a very showy trip of it and giving a lot of money to the temple. That's probably where all of this money is going, is just big donations to the churches. Bandits, I wake to the noise of chaos. Where's my sword? I will drive these dogs away. We have a good chance of actually, like, a little bit better than 50% chance. Has to be somewhere I can... No, I think we're going to try to drive these dogs away. And we fend off the bandits. Look at that. We're not even that strong of a warrior, but we prove the Stjarna blood is still in us, and we fend off the bandits ourselves. Finally stand on the hills outside of Constantinople. Indeed, we are taking a look at this city that we essentially call home now. We can see the great works of the city here, and it is far from the only wonder as we gaze out at this city and we marvel at God's creation. Indeed, we are going to gain a bunch of piety, which is fine, and the seats of the bishops. So clergy opinion. Do we get we'll get the pilgrim trait, I think, when we come home. So good. That will give us a little bit of a bonus here. Our bishop even likes us, finally. It is good to be home. The pilgrimage ends. So we didn't get the pilgrim trait, unfortunately, but it is as it is. My daughter has come of age. She is an adequate bargainer. Well, we're going to have to bargain her for some kind of alliance here. Count Yadni? Could keep Count Yadni on our side, but I don't want to give him any further claim to our lands. We could arrange an alliance here to Raymond de Treme. That seems fine. You can go marry a French lord. Hallstein wants to go and visit another court. Very well. So as you can see, we're very close to what we need here. We're just going to save up the money. We are going to do our feast, and then it should be time. Marriage proposal. Available perks. Golden obligations. Perfect. Now, will it... Well, we can ask our head of faith for gold, and we will definitely do so. That's going to give us a massive amount of money here. Perfect. And we can demand payment from Countess Yelka. Perfect. Even more money. Look at that. We're just raking in the money. Let's hold a feast. We got back. We're going to come back home. We are going to hold a feast. Lose some stress. Hopefully gain some prestige from the feast. The beginning of this episode, things were not looking good for us, but things have really turned around in a few short years. Disaster strikes. The wine merchant's still in town. Just pay for it. We have the money. Indeed we do. Tastefully insulting, as plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me. That is my delirious Count Yadni is sensitive to almond. It's something I sadly forgot to tell the cook. Ooh, yeah, let's give him a bad reaction to the food. Maybe he'll have an allergic reaction and die from it. Wouldn't that be sad? What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Basileus. The emperor came to visit us in Constanza and joined us here. We spoke all evening about all manners. Wow, we're actually like becoming friends with the emperor? What's up with that? Yeah, we go closer to forming a friendship. Huh. We are not a good guy. We're like kind of an evil guy, but apparently we get along with this new emperor. Oh, we are playing such a Peter Baelish type character. For those of you who do know your Game of Thrones, that is exactly what we're doing. Ingratiating ourselves at the highest levels of the government. My guests depart and we gain that prestige. And would you look at that? We now have enough to form ourselves a hybrid Nordvina Greek culture. And I did promise that we were going to do that at the end of this episode. So we will do so now. I'm going to set everything up and then I will show you what we have done. So here we have the Sudvina culture. The Southern Vina people here, our new culture, and they are, as you can see, a bureaucratic culture. That is our ethos, so that gives us monthly lifestyle experience, cultural fascination. As you can tell, we have gone away from being this warlike culture that we were before. We are now a little bit more bureaucratic, so development growth as well. We still have that North Germanic heritage, of course, but we now speak the Greek language, and as you will know, Jarl Kolbane does indeed speak Greek himself. For our traditions here, we decided to give up a few, but we will now be taking on the Eastern Roman legacy, which gives us cataphracts to recruit, some bonuses to our regiments, decreased levy size, so we're going to focus on having really strong troops, not having a lot of troops. Then we also have the Byzantine traditions, which gives us some cool things. We can blind people, we can castrate people, we can have eunuchs, we can get the born in the purple trait. A lot of good things here from this, and that's a lot of that Greek flavor to it, so that is excellent for us. Xenophilic I thought would be important to keep. We won't really need to gain that cultural acceptance too much, although it is still going to be helpful to kind of keep our lands in check. But the different culture opinion, no negative opinion with other cultures, that's still going to be helpful. And it really just fits with the character who's creating this culture, who's spearheading this culture, I should say, not creating it. Of course, we're going to keep coastal warriors. That is incredibly important. Our Varangian veterans are the ones who founded this land. And Northern Stories is just a very important part of our culture here. Aesthetics, we're going with Eastern European. We're going to start to take on a little bit more of their clothing. Names are going to be a mixture of Norse, Samoyed, and Greek. Our architecture obviously is going to change. We're going to build like the Greeks build, but we will use fashion from both cultures, so that should create some interesting mixes. Coat of arms from both, and our color there, just very light blue, or light purple, I should say. There we go. And we will gain 9 Greek innovations, including battlements, manorialism, communal government. 4 of our vassals will convert. Actually, all of these vassals will convert to this new culture, which is perfect. Cultural acceptance between it will be perfect here. Excellent. Form the hybrid culture. The Nordvina hybridization, spurred on by positive relations and increased cultural exchange, the Nordvina and Greek peoples have grown increasingly close over the years. Now individuals from these societies have begun to view themselves not as one or the other, but as both simultaneously, a new Nordvina culture. Greek traditions and values form the backbone of this new culture, while various Nordvina attributes have been adapted and integrated to meet the needs of their new society. With the Nordvina people looking to me for guidance, it is time to set the stage for our shared future. So let's take a little look here, and it looks like indeed just these 2 counties converted to the Nordvina culture, but we're gonna definitely put our steward on promoting our culture here in Constanza, and hopefully our other rulers will do the same, so we can kind of get this nice Nordvina block here. But at least we have a little bit of the coast. People are really taking to that Nordvina cultural ways. We are the cultural head. We've got plenty of innovations, as you can see here. We definitely got a boost from that. That's going to give us a little bit more things to build. We can our construction time is going to be much lower indeed. We could probably eventually construct a new holding once we get a little bit more money, but we should be able to basically do a lot more than we had done in the last one. But we're going to wait till next episode. So until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.